Welcome back everybody to another episode here on the channel. My name is Rick. Today we are looking at a IDO called Chirpley, and it is a very special one that I personally see a lot of benefit in. It is quite new and we are currently seeing a pre-sale round about to begin. I'm going to give you guys all the details so that you can make your own mind up if this is something, a pre-sale you might want to join. I see potential, guys. I see potential, but that's between you and me. We're going to get into it. Stay tuned. Chirpley is an IDO which is currently in its pre-sale. It is all about small influencer marketing. So let me give you a quick introduction to the IDO before we're going to dive into all of the other stuff such as the team, social media, tokenomics, etc. So Chirpley understands something. They understand that if you want to grow big, if you want to market big, massive multimedia influencers aren't always the best bet you've got. Why is that? That is because big influencers actually have less engagement with their viewers. Smaller influencers may only have 1,000 views or a couple thousand views or maybe 10,000 views, but the views that they do have are people that are actually interested in you, in what you are saying, and they're oftentimes much more specialized. They have a better idea of what they're talking about, and they're oftentimes professionals. If you want to use small influencers because they're smaller, you're gonna need a whole bunch of them. Now, that can be a headache. If you're a company and you're working with 1,000 small influencers, get all of their heads in the right direction and manage all of them is incredibly difficult. Because of that, Chirpley has made solutions. They have built a platform that will allow marketeers to contact and direct thousands of small influencers at the same time. They're using AI, blockchain technology, and other strategies to get this done. We're going to look into it now that you have a brief overview. You know kind of what it's all about. So let's see if this is something you might be interested in. Before we move forward, make sure to smash a like. I'm not a financial advisor, so keep that in mind. That is a quick disclaimer. Now let's get started. So we see here the homepage is looking pretty cool actually. And I've watched some videos actually. They have a pretty cool YouTube channel. They're uploading a lot of quality content. Maybe it's because I'm a video editor, but I would have loved to see some tweaks in there, the music being too loud, stuff like that. We'll get into it later, but overall very good content that they push out. And also their website looks really cool with some awesome designs. Actually, the UI design on this website is phenomenal, and it is definitely a massive positive that I noticed immediately. Easy to join, think bigger, and monetize your influence. Let's see what they mean with this. Chirpley is the world's first automated peer-to-peer all-in-one influencer marketplace, specifically focused on nano micro-influencers, ensuring the best engagement available. So here's another thing that I missed in the intro. AI matchmaking through artificial intelligence and machine learning, influencer and marketer will be paired to perfection. So it's not just helping them direct the influencers, but it is also directly linked to finding the right influencer, which of course can be very difficult. Again, especially because we're talking about smaller influencers, they're harder to find. So with a good AI, being able to find and manage these smaller influencers is a fantastic goal, and it is a bit of a gap in the market. There are currently not really any other platforms specifically focused on small influencers to find them and to manage them, or at least not on the scale as Chirpley is doing. So it could be a massive opportunity to get into, especially I want to look into the coin in a little bit. So they have a bunch of stuff we can look at. Let's actually start with the team and partners before moving on to anything else. I would like to see who's involved. So we see here the team. I assume that they're doxed since they have a LinkedIn linked over here. That's absolutely right. They are fully doxed. You can see their LinkedIn on the website. This is a Dutch company. I could already tell by their videos. They were filming it in Amsterdam. So it also looks like the vast majority of their team is Dutch. We're seeing here Thijs Kupers, Sam Srikaran. That's a bit of a difficult name for me here. Job ter Horst, Jeroen van den Bos, Yannick van Lans, Bart Stemkens, and a bunch more. So you can take a look at the team if you want. And we're seeing a bunch of people here. Creative marketer, filmmaker. Yeah, she was making the YouTube videos. I've seen her. TikTok guru. That's funny. Let's see. We have growth hackers, motion designers. Let's see here the founders and the CEOs. Let's quickly open their LinkedIns and see who is behind this project. So again, we see Job T, Chief Executive Officer and founder, fully doxed, of course. They have been founder and CEO of Chirpley since the beginning of 2021. Again, very, very new project. He's also been project manager for Phantom GOM and head of strategy PR. So there's definitely some experience prior to this. Then we also have Sam S. He doesn't actually have a profile picture, but he is also the founder. And also he does have some good experience. He seems to actually be the only chief executive officer with blockchain experience here on his LinkedIn. We're seeing program director for the blockchain and IBM program director delivery project. And it actually doesn't seem very Dutch. So they seem to be very internationally focused, which is great. Of course, it might be a Dutch team and a Dutch company, but it is completely international, of course. Here we have their actual partners. We're seeing Phantom Starter. Now that, I believe, is a launchpad. Yeah. This is a launchpad. So I assume that they have used Phantom Pad as their launchpad. It seems like so, because I don't see... Oh, I do see other launchpads here as well. We also have TrustFi, also a launchpad. And then we see some other non-launchpad partners such as pools, token farms. So most of these are crypto-related partners, but of course, despite being a blockchain project, this is far beyond just a crypto project, right? They are not focused on crypto per se. They're focused on managing, small influencers, but they have decided to go for a blockchain infrastructure behind their original goal. And why they have done this, there are multiple reasons for this. I assume it's just to create that extra cash flow and to raise that money easier. But of course, also because they have team members with blockchain experience. So for them, it's easier to combine the great idea with Chirpley plus their experience with the blockchain to raise more money and to set the project further apart from others. Of course, it's also an amazing way to get new investors. There's a lot of money in crypto. And if you already have connections established, it's much easier to, go to the launch pads, find whales, get money into your project. So those are probably the main reasons that they have decided to build this on the blockchain, but they also have quite some token utility, but we'll get to that in a little bit. So here we have the tokenomics. It looks really cool, actually. So I really like how they designed, how they did the design. Very pretty. We see the pre-seed at 8%. That is 80 million of the tokens. Let me actually start off with sharing with you guys the total tokens. That is 1 billion, right? Just to give you guys a little bit of an idea. So pre-seed was 8%. The seed is 8.3%. Private will be 5.7. Call and marketing 1.75. I would see that because obviously this is a marketing agency, kind of, right? Marketing tool. So it makes sense that they put quite a bit of their tokenomics into the marketing. 1.75% seems to be a fair amount. Public IDO is 4.3%, also quite average. The ecosystem and dev. Interesting decision to put the ecosystem together with the dev, but 10% is absolutely fine. But if you consider that they also give 10% to the team, we're looking at 20% for development, team, and ecosystem. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. I suppose that's fair enough, actually. I mean, we've seen most IDOs putting around 15 to 20% in team and then a separate 10% in ecosystem. So yeah, this is actually fine. They're putting 8.45% into their treasury and 10% into the team. 15% marketing. Interesting because we already see marketing over here, right? I understand. Look, they could have said call marketing, then it would have been a different thing. But they said call and marketing. And here they said marketing again. So yeah, so they're putting in a lot of their tokens into the marketing, which is fine. The liquidity is 7%. Okay. Not per se low, not very high either. But I was already expecting to see quite some liquidity within this coin, but you see that more often with these kinds of IDOs. It's not necessarily per se a bad thing. I feel like 7% is okay enough to get your liquidity decent. So is not necessarily negative for me. But again, obviously, the more liquidity, the better. We're seeing 15% to community incentives. That's very interesting. It's quite vague as well, so I'm not really 100% sure what they mean with community incentives. They don't specify, but obviously they keep it vague for a reason. That is so that they can move around a little bit. If you're too specific in your tokenomics, it becomes more hard for the team to move around and do things. So this is just a cheeky thing that they do. They keep it a bit vague, but that is fine. Community incentives, I assume that could also be giving back to the community, kind of like airdrops, but different. So 15% is quite a pretty amount for that. Then we're seeing 5.5% for both the advisors and the partners. So that is quite low. And then early adapters airdrop 1%. It's funny that I used that as an example then. They actually have airdrops and they use 1%, which is completely common. And then, of course, we have the total of 1 billion tokens. Receive 50% discount on transactions when paying with Chirpley token. That's very interesting. So this is one of the token utilities that I was referring to when I said that they are, using, that they have chosen for the blockchain for multiple reasons. And they have a lot of token initiatives. One of them, of course, being people that own the token and make transactions with the token will get a 50% discount. They do this so that the customers of Chirpley will buy the tokens and use them to pay instead of paying with euros or dollars. This will be much nicer for the ecosystem because Chirpley will get paid regardless, but they will also boost the value of the coin, further interesting new investors and making the community that already exists happier. So this is basically a win-win. The client will get their services for cheaper, and it boosts the ecosystem, right? It boosts the ecosystem, the current investors, and it will attract new investors. So I like what they did here. I feel like it is a good decision. Then what do we see here? This is kind of nothing. It's empty. So this is still, I guess, yet to be announced. Okay. And that's it for that. All right, let's move over to the roadmap. I'm very interested in that. We are seeing, let's see. So it starts with Q2 of 2021. Fair enough. They talk about the company creation, team onboarding, start of development of Chirpley, and the smart contract creation. I have to say I'm quite impressed. If they actually kind of started in Q2 of 2021, then everything we're seeing right now has been built in roughly a year, which is amazing progress. I mean, we're seeing many good YouTube videos. We're seeing, the tokenomics have already been built. The website has been built and social media is up and running. They've already done so much stuff. And in 1 year, that is definitely some great progress. We're seeing in Q3 the wallet integration, onboard business advisor, product MVP, media production. Yeah, this is the videos I was referring to. Onboard launchpads and community building activities. Very productive. Q3 goes over to smart contract audit, gather and optimize data, optimize ML scripts, kickstart growth marketing, CEO, CO, and CEM, content marketing, and Chirpley Marketplace Volume 1 launch. Then we see the onboard of major partners, UX UI development, AI expansion, and it goes on and on. They have already planned out their Q4 of 2022, which will be their NFT release. Interesting to see that they're also going to be releasing NFTs. Major partnerships, right? So not just partnerships, but major partnerships. Okay. And the Chirpley NFT event. Interesting to see. And they've even planned all the way over to Q1 2023, which will have the integration freelance marketplace kickstart and the stock NFT integration. So very good progress and a lot of awesome things already on the planning. I would have said maybe they're doing too much. Are you sure that they can keep up with all of this? But considering the fact that they've already done so much and they've already shown so much progress, I actually believe in this. Okay, and then that is it for the roadmap. And I believe I've looked at everything. Oh, there we have the pre-sale. Pretty important thing that I almost missed there. So the coin Chirp. Let's just call it Chirp because that's what it says. Like, thank you. Join the Chirp token pre-sale and get whitelisted. Now, getting whitelisted seems to be as simple as a button click. They are saying, though, that there are 2,500 pre-sale seats available. So there is obviously a cap to it. When we click on it, it says this sweepstakes ended on... So they already ended actually, so you cannot unfortunately participate anymore. And they had 2,500 winners. So that is no longer possible. Pre-sale plus IDO, market cap at age. Yeah, here we see the seeds again. So unfortunately, that is no longer available. But of course, after the pre-sale, there will be other sales. So you missed out on the first big deal. There will be others. Here, though, is interesting with their own words, in their own words, why to invest in Chirpley. Let's read that actually. Integrated with leading social media platforms, brand can access micro influencers worldwide through automated matchmaking, enables one-click marketing bombs for marketers. So those are the three main USPs, and obviously for you guys, blockchain and AI technology are some pretty good USPs as well. So, and then they have media kits, but that is actually a download. I just downloaded it. And they give you the whole file with all of their logos, which is quite generous, I suppose. Thank you. All right, here we have all of their social media. We see a Twitter, we see Telegram, Discord, and Instagram, Reddit, and even a TikTok. I'm mostly interested in their YouTube and in their Twitter. So their YouTube is not very active, but like I said before, they have made some pretty decent productions. Those are these going places videos. And they're just high quality. They're made with some serious equipment, so there is some good quality being delivered here. Also, the other videos are animation wise, and they are also very well done. So again, in just a year, they have produced a lot of high quality content and done a lot of stuff. They don't have a lot of subscribers, but again, this project is in its infancy. Them having not a lot of subscribers, if anything, would be a positive. Means that you're early. Over here on their Twitter, they're a bit bigger. They have 26,000 followers. Our dear friend Shanika is even following them. So that automatically means that it's a great project. The guy's done, sealed. So here we see disrupting the nano micro segment of influencer marketing. All right. Let's see. They have posted something 16 hours ago, and that's actually their pinned tweet. This is actually the announcement of the winners of the 2,500 of the whitelisted pre-sale that we talked about before. So we actually just missed it by a little bit. Their interactions are insane. They have more than 100 likes per video on average, and their animations continue to absolutely stun the hell out of me. That's beautiful. So they do a community AMA, which is amazing, and they do a lot of giveaways. I know that in their videos, they do a $1,000 Binance giveaway per video, which is crazy. Here they also do a $50 giveaway. So a lot of community interaction, which is why they're so big on Twitter. They post very regularly. Their animations are amazing. They do a lot of giveaways, and they also have a lot of community interaction from the company itself, like AMAs and stuff like that. So it's really, really good to see. On their Twitter, mostly they talk about the giveaways, the updates. They promote the winners. They say like, hey, these people won, blah, blah, blah. Announce partnerships. Just the usual stuff. They do some retweets as well. Over here, for instance, with a partnership with Lithium. So yeah, that kind of stuff, just your regular stuff. All right, you guys. So that was Chirpley. A little bit of a quicker video here. I think we did it in about 20 minutes. So biggest reason, of course, being that there is no white paper. Obviously, a little bit of a minus, but it's fine. They have all of the information on their website, really. So I didn't actually feel like I needed a white paper because there was so much information to be found already. Me personally, of course, it's not financial advice, but in my own opinion, I'm very bullish on Chirpley. I really like the initiative. I really like the progress that they've made. Their team looks amazing. So does the website. The token is incredibly, incredibly cheap. There is so much community interaction, and I haven't seen a single bad comment, word, or anything like that. Again, the company is very, very, very early. It's in its infancy. It only just started. So we haven't actually been able to see concrete results just yet, meaning that everything at this point is obviously still speculation, but only then can you be truly the first. So we did miss the pre-sale, but there will be other sales after this. So there's still plenty of times to be early and get into Chirpley before the public launch. So definitely make sure to get it on your radar, even if you are not convinced just follow their social media and keep an eye out for it, because maybe, who knows, in the future you might be. For now, however, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Join our Discord community for all of the insights and the cool chats. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.